Through the ages, without sacrifice, there can be no victory. Two species at war, one metal. Optimus Prime has left us. 100 billion trillion planets in the cosmos.
And I want to fight them.
Transformers: The Last Knight is positioned as a turning point within the live-action Transformers film series, expanding the mythology beyond modern warfare and into ancient human history. The film frames its central idea around the claim that Transformers have been present on Earth for centuries, shaping human civilization from the shadows. This approach shifts the tone away from purely contemporary destruction and toward a myth-heavy narrative that connects legends, artifacts, and historical wars with the ongoing conflict between Autobots and Decepticons. The world of the film is presented as fractured and distrustful, with humanity no longer united behind the Autobots after years of catastrophic collateral damage. At its core, the story explores the broken relationship between humans and Transformers. Governments across the world now consider all Cybertronians a threat, regardless of allegiance. An international military task force hunts remaining Autobots, pushing them into hiding. Optimus Prime has vanished, leaving Earth without its most powerful protector. In his absence, chaos spreads, and the remaining Autobots are scattered, damaged, and struggling to survive in secrecy. This sense of abandonment is a key emotional thread that runs throughout the film. The human lead of the story is Cade Yeager, once again portrayed as a reluctant hero drawn into global events, far larger than himself. Cade is shown living off the grid, protecting Autobots who can no longer defend themselves. His role emphasizes the theme of loyalty, as he continues to stand by the Transformers even when the rest of the world has turned against them. His bond with Bumblebee remains central, reinforcing the idea that trust between species is still possible, despite widespread fear and hostility. A major narrative shift occurs when the film introduces ancient history into the Transformers mythos. The story suggests that key moments in human civilization, including medieval wars and legendary orders, were influenced by Cybertronians. The legend of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table is reinterpreted through a science fiction lens, revealing that Transformers were once guardians of powerful artifacts capable of altering the fate of Earth. This blend of myth and technology is one of the film's defining creative choices. Sir Edmund Burton, portrayed by Anthony Hopkins, serves as the primary bridge between history and the present. His character represents knowledge, legacy, and secrecy, acting as a keeper of truths hidden from the modern world. Through him, the audience learns about an ancient order dedicated to protecting a powerful staff linked to Earth's survival. His performance adds gravitas and theatrical weight, contrasting sharply with the explosive action that dominates much of the film. Another significant character is Vivienne Wembley, a professor whose lineage ties her directly to ancient guardians of Earth. Her role introduces the concept of inherited responsibility, suggesting that humanity has always played a part in safeguarding the planet alongside Transformers. Her dynamic with Cade Yeager brings an intellectual and emotional balance to the narrative, combining academic curiosity with frontline survival. Together, they uncover secrets that redefine humanity's place in the cosmic war. Optimus Prime's arc is one of the most controversial and discussed elements of the film. His journey takes him away from Earth and into deep space, where he encounters his creator. Instead of finding salvation, he discovers a shocking truth about Cybertron's destruction and his own role in restoring it. This revelation leads to a temporary but dramatic transformation of Optimus, challenging his moral compass and loyalty. The idea that even the noblest hero can be manipulated adds a darker psychological layer to the story. The antagonist force driving this transformation is tied to a powerful entity seeking to rebuild Cybertron at Earth's expense. This threat reframes the conflict from a simple battle of factions into a larger existential crisis. Earth is no longer just collateral damage, it is the target. The film emphasizes urgency by showing how close humanity is to extinction if ancient forces are unleashed without restraint. Visually, the film continues the franchise's emphasis on large-scale spectacle. Massive set pieces unfold across multiple countries, highlighting the global nature of the conflict. Explosions, transforming metal, and high-speed chases dominate the screen, reinforcing the sense that this is not just a local disaster, but a worldwide emergency. The cinematography leans heavily into dramatic contrasts between ancient architecture and futuristic machinery. From a factual standpoint, the film stands out within the franchise for its attempt to expand lore rather than simply escalate action. It introduces new Transformers, reimagines existing ones, and revisits familiar characters with altered roles. Bumblebee's struggle with his damaged voice is used as both comic relief and emotional expression, while returning characters are given moments that emphasize sacrifice and loss. The ensemble nature of the cast allows multiple storylines to unfold simultaneously. The cast combines returning franchise leads with new faces, aiming to refresh the series while maintaining continuity. Mark Wahlberg anchors the human perspective with a grounded performance focused on resilience and responsibility. Anthony Hopkins brings classical intensity and narrative authority, while Laura Haddock's role adds emotional depth and intellectual curiosity. Supporting characters, both human and Transformer, contribute to the sense of a world filled with intersecting destinies. The release of the film marked an important moment for the franchise, as it was heavily promoted as a chapter that would redefine the Transformers cinematic universe. Expectations were set high due to promises of deeper mythology and long-term storytelling. The film arrived with significant anticipation, positioned as both a continuation and a potential reset for future installments. The promotional material emphasized mystery and scale, rather than straightforward action. Trailers focused on cryptic dialogue, ancient symbols, and the shocking idea of Optimus Prime standing against Earth. This marketing approach aimed to signal a tonal shift, suggesting that the film would explore darker themes and moral ambiguity. The imagery of fallen heroes and hidden histories was central to building intrigue before release. Upon viewing, audiences were presented with a densely packed narrative that moved rapidly between timelines, locations, and perspectives. The pacing reflects the ambition of the story, attempting to juggle historical exposition with present-day conflict. While this structure adds complexity, it also reinforces the sense that the fate of Earth has always been intertwined with forces beyond human understanding. The film's plot ultimately converges on a final battle that merges ancient power with modern warfare. Humans and Autobots must work together once again to prevent the destruction of their world. This climax reinforces the franchise's core message that cooperation, despite past mistakes, is the only path to survival. Redemption, particularly for Optimus Prime, becomes a key emotional payoff. In retrospect, Transformers: The Last Knight represents an experimental chapter in the series. It attempts to broaden the scope of the narrative by embedding science fiction within historical myth. While it maintains the explosive action expected from the franchise, it also raises questions about legacy, betrayal, and the cost of blind loyalty. The film stands as an example of how blockbuster storytelling can attempt to evolve by deepening its fictional universe. For viewers, The experience is one of constant escalation, where revelations continually reshape understanding of the Transformers' role on Earth. The blending of legend and technology invites audiences to reconsider familiar myths through a futuristic lens. Whether viewed as a bold reinvention or an ambitious risk, the film undeniably expands the Transformers mythos beyond its original boundaries. Ultimately, Transformers: The Last Knight serves as a reflection on the consequences of war and the importance of remembering history. By linking ancient guardians with modern heroes, the film suggests that every generation inherits the responsibility to protect its world. In doing so, it closes one chapter of the Transformers saga while leaving the door open for new interpretations, conflicts, and legends yet to be told.